Hello my lovely friends, my name is Rue, how do you do? Welcome back to my channel. We're sitting on the floor again, because that's what I want to do, so deal with it. We're going to do some books, and the first one I'm going to tap on, which is very bright, is the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I think I mentioned this in my video last week, if that comes out last week. This is what I'm currently reading, and apparently I've already read this. I genuinely thought that I had never read this book, and I was like all excited when I bought it, because I was like, oh yeah, I get to be in the Hunger Games universe again, so awesome. And then I started reading it, and I'm like, this is very familiar, but I can't for the life of me remember when I read it. Because obviously I read it, because I remember all of these things. I don't remember how it ends, but the beginning is very familiar to me. I don't remember when I read it though. It's so annoying. But I guess I'm gonna read it again. Sorry for the weird lighting. I'm being very lazy and not setting up properly, so it's fine. It's fine. So, a lot of these books I got from the little reading library nook things, because they're free. And they're also just very random, which I like. And I, never know what to expect. But this one is new. I think it is the only new book. Yes. Let's see. I'll do the other ones that I have read. So, I got this out of a little library box again. It's called Lily and Duncan. And this is definitely a kid's book, preteen age. But I saw it and I read the description, and one of the characters is trans, which if I see a book that has a queer character in it, I'm gonna pick it up. That's just how I am. And then the other character has bipolar disorder, I believe. But it's just a very cute, very easy read. Obviously it's made for children, or maybe not children, preteen, I would say. So it's a very easy read. I went through it quite fast. But it's cute. It has a good message, I think. There appears to be a truck in the background that just won't go away. So I'm just gonna go with the flow. Also, I have no idea how long I've actually been filming, so I don't know how long to make each book, because it took me a while to get my camera set up properly and blah 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 blah. So my timer is not good. That probably makes no sense to you, but just trust me. So anyways, I read this book. It is extremely easy to read, because again, it is a children's book. But it was cute. It was cute. Okay, next book I read, and not all of these I've read, but it's been so long since I've done a book video that I've read a few of them. So this is The It Girl by Ruth Ware, and this is I guess you would call it a thriller. But it's kind of also a mystery sort of thing. You're basically trying to uncover what really happened to this girl who was murdered. The amount of cars today is ridiculous. But yeah, so, and I like flashes. It goes, brain. The story like flip-flops between the past and the present. But I really enjoyed it, and I like particularly the ending had me hooked, and it was like one of those things I just wanted to keep reading until the conclusion. I will say I kind of predicted who the murderer was. So like I feel like it wasn't too hard to figure out. Camera's really washing me out. This is why you don't use direct sunlight. I'm a pro YouTuber. Very wide. So reflective. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd say it's worth a read if you enjoy that kind of thing. Not a fan of the material on this book. It's like very scratchy. Okay, so the next book that I read is The Rose Goat, and this is the one that I just finished, and I really like this book. It's a New York Times bestseller, which is always a good sign. So that was the last one, I believe. But this is a historical fiction novel, and it's set in World War II, and it follows like some of the code breakers during the war, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy historical fiction set in World War II because that's just a very interesting time period. So yeah, basically follows these three girls, who are working at this like code breaking facility, and they all do like different stuff, and there's also, I won't give away the spoilers, even though I have no idea when this book came out. Can't turn the page. 2021. Okay, so it's not too outdated, I guess. This was apparently, I'm assuming someone bought this off Thrift Books, but I got it from a little library, because this is not where I live. But I really enjoyed this book quite a lot. And I believe she like based her characters on like some real people, like they're not exactly, but like used pieces that were actually historical, etc. Oh, the other thing I really liked is that one of the characters is very autistic coded. And if you read this, and if you know autistic traits, like you can figure out which one. And I loved her. So yeah. I always love books that have autistic coded characters, because like it's just fun to see someone like you in a book, you know. So yeah. And then these last books are not books that I've read so far. So this one is Swiss Vendetta, and I got this in a little library again. And what is it about? It's set in Switzerland, and I think it's like a murder mystery, I want to say. there's a murder involved. But when I got this, I was really excited to read it, but I kept getting other books that I wanted to read more, so I haven't read it yet. But it sounds good to me. Oh yeah, it says a mystery. So. Also, I was just like sort of drawn to the cover. It's just like very aesthetically pleasing to me. When did this book come out? Is it so hard to turn pages? 2017. So, a little older. If the camera angle changed, it is because I had to put in a new battery in my camera, so do not be startled. Okay, I'm gonna do, we had 2 more books. This is one that I probably wouldn't have picked out for myself. My fiance's mom gave it to me to read, and it's a romance. I am pretty sure. But anyways, I don't typically read romances, but I was like, maybe switch things up, read something a little different. But this is like 2 books in one apparently, and I guess it's a trilogy. I don't know anything about it. Is this a popular book? I don't know. Let's see. It all starts when American good girl Allison, better known as Lulu, decides to spend just one day in Paris with handsome Dutch actor Willem. It's a whirlwind adventure filled with heart-racing romance, but the next day Willem is gone without a trace. What follows is a year of mystery, discovery, adventure, and passion as Lulu and Willem draw ever closer to finding each other. I mean, sounds pretty good. Again, I know nothing about it. But she read this and she's like, you can read it and then when you're done, give it to somebody else, whatever. So, I might read it at some point. It's a lot. It's very large because it's 2 books. But then the problem is if I like it, I have to find the last book to read. So, it says the author also wrote If I Stay, which I've heard of that book. I don't know what it's about, but I've heard of it. Okay, so the last book I have here, I just very recently found this in a little library. It's called Delayed Justice. Let me read the description. There's a therapy dog. Okay, so it sounds like a lawyer is helping like a child victim. She has such a determination to protect girls and women in the path of harm. Because I think it sounds like she also experienced childhood trauma. Okay, anyway. A legal thriller. Okay. Now I really want to read it. I love thrillers. So yeah, these are the books I picked up recently that are, you know, on my list to read or whatever. I feel like my book videos are probably very strange because I don't like buy new books and I'm not reading like the latest and greatest, and I also feel like my taste is not the same as more popular stuff because I feel like smut is very popular right now and that's not for me. So I don't know if these are very enjoyable in terms of books, like books you can read, but I hope that tapping and chatting is enjoyable. Also, did you enjoy floor time? We're on the floor. Kind of like filming on the floor. Also, I just rearranged my room, so I don't know where exactly I want to film. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the book tapping. Apologies again for the lighting. My gosh. I'm a mess. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out again today. And I will see you in my next video and hopefully not be so washed out.